10 Ways to Overcome Your Fear. Welcome to Self-Remodel. Self-Remodel is a personal growth and development channel. Self-Remodel will help to enhance your personal growth and development, thereby giving your life a good and valuable meaning. On this channel, you will see videos promoting personal growth and development, including videos focusing on self-development, success and growth mindset, self-discipline, overcoming fear, self-confidence, anxiety and stress management. If you are new here, please subscribe to our channel to get a regular dose of personal growth and development to become a better you and remodel self. Relax, have fun as you see our videos and become a better you and remodel self for good. Thank you. Let us start with these quotes. If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it, and this you have the power to revoke at any moment. Marcus Aurelius. If you want to conquer fear, don't sit home and think about it. Go out and get busy. Dale Carnegie. I have accepted fear as a part of life, specifically the fear of change. I have gone ahead despite the pounding in the heart that says, turn back. Erica Jong. Confront your fears, list them, get to know them, and only then will you are able to put them aside and move ahead. Jerry Guile. Expose yourself to your deepest fear, after that, fear has no power, and the fear of freedom shrinks and vanishes. You are free. Jim Morrison. 10 ways to overcome your fear are discussed in this video. Now, let us start. Fear will hinder you from maximizing your potential. Hence, the need for you to overcome your fear. Any undesirable emotion that you feel or a thought which causes you great distress can be referred to as fear. It can also be associated with any kind of feeling that you get whenever you are anxious that something terribly wrong might happen. It is very important to face and conquer our fears. There are several reasons why a person should conquer his/her fear. Hence, it is important for you to should face your fears. This video discussed some of the most efficient steps on how to face your fears. Do not let your fears control you or define your personality. You can reach your full potential if you follow the following tips discussed in this video. Most common fears. It is good to overcome anxiety and fear. Here are some of the most common fears of people across the world. Fear of commitment. This fear is common among males, but it also experienced by their female counterparts. At some point in your life, you may fear even the mere thought of committing yourself to something or to someone. For example, you are willing to commit your time and effort to your work, but you are afraid to commit yourself fully to someone romantically. This also goes the other way around. Some individuals prefer to commit to a serious relationship but are scared to devote their efforts to start a business venture. 2. Fear of rejection. This is one of the most common fears encountered by several people. This may come in the form of being scared to make a move, especially when it involves expressing your feelings towards somebody special or merely approaching another person and start a good conversation. Nobody likes the feeling of being rejected, and this is one reason why several people just stop trying. Empowering this type of fear hinders a person from doing certain things. It prevents a person from talking to a person you are interested in. It stops you from sharing your opinions during group discussions. To sum it up, the fear of rejection stops you from expressing your thoughts, feelings, and even from asking for anything that you think is important or perhaps you deserve. 3. Fear of failure. This is also on top of the list when it comes to the most common fears experienced by many. This is applicable not only to ordinary individuals but also to successful people. One factor which drastically affects your chance to achieve success is being scared of failure. Here's one question: what would you do if you will be needing to make several attempts to achieve your goals but you are too scared to even try because of this particular fear? What do you think will happen to you? A lot of people have this fear. Most of them are living their life in the real lines because everybody else has surpassed this fear and they were able to progress in their life. But those who live with this fear will remain stuck at one point in their life and will never be able to achieve whatever they desire the most just because they are afraid to fail, which in turn causes them to not even try at all. Experts say that the fear of failure is developed by a person's subconscious in order to protect one's self from going through problems associated with failing. These are only a few of the most common types of fears. There's actually a lot more on the list. 10 ways to overcome your fear. Here are 10 ways to conquer your fear. 1. You should understand that everyone fears something. If you ask a person about what their fears are and they say they do not have any, they may either be joking around or simply trying to hide it from you. We all have our own fears. You are not alone in this fight. Sincerely, fear is something that we always try to avoid. We often associate this with something terrible. Because of this, we turn to other enjoyable activities which will help you temporarily forget or even avoid your fears. This is where the problem starts. It is your choice when it comes to how you want to handle this situation. But the first thing which you always have to remember towards the path of conquering your fear is that you are not the only one who has fears. Someone else shares this same struggle. Having this kind of understanding will help you not feel all alone in this journey. However, it is up to you to make a choice. Try to find someone whom you can talk to about your fears. This same person may have shared the same feeling, and who knows, they might have found ways to overcome it which they would gladly share with you. 2. Recognize your fear. One of the worst things that can happen in your life is to immobilize yourself towards self-growth because of your fears. Everybody will come to face this challenge at one point in our lives. Fear can prevent you from making rational decisions. You can do something about it. You do not have to feel that way towards your fears. Recognizing all of your fears is the first step to conquering them and starts your journey towards self-improvement. This recognition will help you deal with this unpleasant sensation. Among the reasons why you are unable to successfully face your fears is the unwillingness to look at them closely. You will fail to fully recognize the factors which create and fuels your fear because of the sensations associated with it. Some may think that examining it closely will intensify this agonizing feeling. If you take a look at them closely, you will be able to deal with them appropriately. The first thing is to ask yourself, what exactly are you afraid of and why? You can also determine the source of your fear by evaluating yourself and even by seeking the help of professionals. You would have to devote some time to this, and you will find the answer that you are looking for along the way. 3. Make a decision. Once you have identified and examined your fears, you now have to decide. You have to make a decision with regards to what you want to do with your fears. You basically have two choices: deal with it or ignore it. Of course, choosing to conquer your fears will help you reach your full potential and achieve your goals. When you have identified this goal, you need to commit yourself to do it. This may seem very simple, but a lot of individuals are having a hard time fully committing to it, which causes them to fall back to their old fearful self. When you make a decision, you have to act on it. The most common problem is that individuals simply think about it. Sometimes, they give up at the first sight of problems. Avoid thinking of what might happen in the future. Deal with sticking to your decision first. Commit yourself and you will reap the fruits of your labor in the future. Remember, the only person that can let you down is yourself. You need to go through it and prepare yourself for the bad and good things which may happen along the way. Think of it as something you really want and strive to achieve it. 4. Take one step at a time. Facing your fears does not necessarily mean that you have to start with a grand gesture. You can actually take it slowly. Since you already know what your fears are, you can break them down into manageable pieces. Though you always have to take note of your long-term goals, it will be a lot easier to achieve them if you deal with them in manageable portions. Deal with the first step and focus on it. Once you are done, then you can move head on with the others. 5. Consider your fears as growth opportunities. When you have lived half of your life, would you like to look back at your memories and keep on wondering what if you weren't too scared during that time? Do you want to feel regretful, thinking that you could have done a lot better in life if you have just faced your fears? Do not wait too long before you realize that you should conquer your fears. One great technique to help you out in overcoming your fears is by taking these unpleasant feelings as opportunities for you to grow as a person. If you look at it that way, you are likely to explore some of the great benefits associated with it. Begin this by creating a list of the benefits which you can have if you face your fears. This will provide you with a quick look at the great opportunities which you surely would not want to miss out on. Include in your list the possible outcomes if you face your fears. Imagine what your life would be if you face your fears. Lastly, what do you need to give up by facing your fears? These are just a few of the questions which you should answer when making this list. This will give you an overview of what you will be missing out on if you continue living in fear. This should also serve as a form of motivation to help you with your fight towards overcoming your fear. Always remember, you will have tremendous personal growth if you face your fears, and you will have more opportunities in life that will lead you to the road of success. 6. Take a breather. As mentioned earlier, your body will exhibit signs whenever you feel fearful of something. These include rapid heartbeat, oversweating, difficulty breathing, and many more. If you are flooded with these sensations, it is important for you to take a breather. If you are up to give your public speech, your company presentation, exams, or even transferring to your new home, you need to take a break and put yourself back together. Taking on your fears without properly conditioning yourself will lead you to end up with unwanted results. These sensations will hinder you from making the right decision. Walk away for a couple of minutes, 15 minutes or so will be great. Take deep breaths, think of happy thoughts, and tell yourself that you can do it. Once you have pacified and completely calmed down yourself, you will be able to think logically and make the right decisions as to how you will take on the particular challenge which is also greatly associated with your fear. 7. Expose yourself to your fear. Whenever you are afraid of something, your common response mechanism is to avoid it. However, if you are serious about overcoming this, then you have to expose yourself to your fear. You can either do this on your own or with the help of a professional. Medically speaking, exposure therapy involves the treatment of an individual by assisting them in confronting their fears. This method will help the person break their fear pattern. Several studies have shown the efficiency of this method. If you are planning to do it on your own, then you can definitely do it. For example, you are afraid of heights, you can try to go to the top floor of a building and look at the view down below. Doing this for a couple of minutes on a regular basis will help you overcome your fears. This is one good example when it comes to exposing yourself to the thing that you fear the most. 8. Accept failures gracefully. The fear of failing is one of the most common fears among us all. There will be instances wherein the effects of failure can be extremely frustrating if not devastating. However, in most instances, the effects aren't really that bad. The mere thought of failing prevents an individual from achieving great things in life, and this also makes an individual miss out on wonderful opportunities. Always remember that being too scared of doing something will just leave everybody else the chance of succeeding on the path which you want to take. This could have been you, but you were too scared to give it a try. In the end, you will end up feeling sorry for yourself because you did not grab the chance. Although it is a fact that achieving something would require repeated tries, this means that you are bound to fail one way or another. Accept these failures and learn from them. Continue doing what you want and do not fear the possibility of failure. It is much better to try and fail rather than not try at all. 9. Find the source of your fear. An effective way of facing and overcoming your fear is by identifying its source. This will help you find the right method to overcome it. Regardless of what type of fear you have in your life, finding its real source is of utmost importance. By talking to a professional or by evaluation yourself, you will be able to discover the real source of your fears. The most important question which you need to answer is, why am I afraid? Finding the answer to this question will steer you in the right direction in terms of finding the origin of your greatest fears. However, you will not be able to do this within just one day. You have to spend some time searching for the answers that you are looking for. Right after determining the source, you are now ready to proceed to the next step, which is to find the solution. One good way of finding the right technique to use is to create a list of the possible methods which you can use. After doing so, you can put these methods into practice. 10. Trust yourself. Find the courage to trust yourself even before you go through your venture of overcoming your fears. This is one important element that you should not forget. It will help you get through the entire process, which you may find very difficult. But if you believe in yourself and know that you can do it no matter what, anything is possible. Stop thinking that you cannot do it or that you will fail. Give yourself some credit. Believe in yourself and you will make it through. You will be able to conquer your fears and live a life that you have always dreamed of by being able to accept new opportunities along the way which you previously feared the most. Conclusion. 10 ways to overcome your fear have been discussed in this video. When it comes to your personal progress, harboring fear within yourself will deter your growth as a person. Although feeling fear is a part of human nature, enabling this feeling will in turn affect your ability to make rational decisions, and it may even affect your actions and habits. In most cases, individuals, including you, have a particular baseless fear lying within. This causes the destruction of your self-confidence and will directly influence your personal growth and success. Those who are living in fear usually misinterpret a particular situation in their life, which then results in the development of fear which may either be real or fictitious. Those who continue to live with this type of sensation often feel insecure about their personal being, overly anxious, and are not aware of how to look at life from a positive point of view. These individuals are incapable of thinking logically and evidently. Because of these things, a person living in fear often limits their ability to progress in terms of their interpersonal and intrapersonal life. I believe that the 10 ways to overcome your fear discussed in this video will help you to conquer your fear. Please post your comments below. Hope this video is useful and beneficial to you. Then give it a thumbs up, and share it with your friends. If you are new here, please subscribe to our channel so you can be notified when we upload new videos. Thank you for watching.